Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, Nerd Mode On, and welcome to Recap, a video series where I'll be going over what has been occurring over the last week and just talk with you guys about things that you can be expecting in future episodes. So with that said and done, let's jump right into the episode, shall we? So starting things off, when it comes down to the YouTube side of things, we've been continuing on with the series that my channel has occupied, and I've been having a lot of fun doing them. It's been a great time, and I'm definitely trying to innovate and add different things into those videos. I don't want the videos to get stale for you guys. I really enjoy the schedule we have going on right now, and it seems like a lot of you guys really enjoy it, so I guess that's always a good thing by itself. Most of the guys that I've been talking to have really been enjoying my channel. It's sparked some interest back in it for them, and overall it just seems to be building by itself, which I think is always a good thing. I'm happy I made the transformation into series because before, if you were to talk about series to me and try to make me want to make them, I wasn't too interested because the ones I had in my mind were so out of my league and they were so far out of my reach that they just deterred me from wanting to do the projects themselves. But now that I'm doing them and I've built up a schedule and I have a format that works for me personally, I'm really excited about doing it. I always look forward to every single day making you guys videos, and I think it really sparks some interest back in the YouTube side of things for me, as well as reviewing my content a little bit more to make them a little bit more professional, as well as adding a different mix into them and hopefully achieving a higher degree of your guys' enjoyment. But that's pretty much the side of that so far. Now, of course, when it comes down to the editing process, I've definitely went through some alterations. Most of you guys that are probably editors, or you're familiar with the editing process, or you do YouTube on the side as well along with me, or you just have a fundamental understanding of applications, most of you guys will be very familiar with Vegas Pro. Now, Vegas Pro, I do use 12. That's the most updated version that I'm aware of, and it's just, Vegas is not a very stable program. It's really troublesome at times. It's really great for editing. It has a lot of great features that I enjoy and I kind of miss, but when it comes down to it, the program is just broken. I mean, I can't really explain how broken the program is. It fail renders all the time. It closes. It just doesn't want to work as great. Now, that's kind of on my behalf because I am rendering at a very extreme bitrate. I'm also rendering at 4K. I'm doing a lot of things that the program probably isn't made for. Now, that's not to say it doesn't support what I do. It's just, if you make 720p or you make 1080p videos, it works perfectly fine. It has no problems doing that because that's basic resolutions, it's familiar with it, and that's probably what most people are using the program for. But for people like me that want to achieve the best quality on YouTube and I want to be able to showcase to you guys a little bit better of a higher bit rate as well as having more pixels, it's kind of not that great for that. So I've definitely made the transformation from Vegas Pro to Adobe Premiere Pro. Now, Adobe Premiere Pro is an editing software and it's a little bit more advanced. If you guys were just starting to get into making videos for really anything, it's a little bit more difficult, but to say the least, if you're just getting started, any editing software is probably a little bit more difficult than it should be because you're not familiar with what the buttons do. But to say that, it's definitely a little bit more advanced. I think most people would look at it and go, there's a lot more stuff going on screen, there's a lot more buttons, and overall the settings are a little bit more complex than Vegas Pro. That's not to say that Vegas Pro is a bad application for basic editing. It's just, Adobe Premiere Pro is something that people probably use a little bit more for making real videos and stuff like that, or more professional trailers. So that's kind of been going on. I've been trying to re-educate myself on how to edit, of course. I mean, I knew most of the basic stuff. Nothing's really out of my reach now as it comes down to it. At this point, I've made a lot of videos for it. I think I'm going on like the 10th day of using the application, and I've pretty much learned everything that I'm going to use, but that's not to say that my education for this program is non-existent now. I'm always going to want to educate myself. I'm always going to want to learn different tricks and tips, and there's a lot of keybinds that the program accepts, which is always awesome, and it's definitely been a lot of fun. It's always nice to try to re-educate myself on editing and try to learn new things that I didn't commonly know about in the previous version. But with that said and done, of course, the rendering times have been cut in an eighth. They're so much faster. It's unbelievable. You guys just don't even understand how much faster the renderings are, as well as the videos I can make for you guys are longer. If you guys have noticed, a month ago, you were lucky if you got a 4-minute video because that video would probably take me 4 to 6 hours to render. If I use that exact same video and import it into Adobe Premiere Pro, the video only takes about 45 minutes to an hour, which is a lot faster, and that's just a lot better considering that I can add more effects, I can really make the videos look a lot better, and I can just really enhance my abilities to bring forth the best quality to you guys. So that's definitely been going very well, and then it comes down to the real life side of what I've been doing, and I've been kind of having some problems at work. Not to say that I'm not performing up to standards or anything of the equivalency, but I've definitely been a little bit sick, so I've been having to miss days, which isn't really a great thing. Especially for my particular shift, I don't really work a shift that's in the afternoon. I work from about 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. and that's definitely a pretty lengthy shift right there. That's something that I've had to overcome because most of the jobs I've had in the past were never 7-hour shifts 5 days a week. Now, I know that sounds like I'm complaining. It's perfectly fine. It's just my body's been having to go through transformations of waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning and going to bed earlier and just things that I haven't had to do since I was in like school, and I've been out of school for almost, a year and a half now, so it's definitely been a little different trying to re-wake up and going to bed early and that kind of stuff. That's just not very common for somebody in my position that wasn't used to it previous. But with that in mind, of course, I'm definitely going to get back onto it. I've just been sick, and I've been, throwing up from time to time, and it's just been something that's not enjoyable, and having stomach cramps and all that stuff that comes along with, I guess, being active and all that kind of stuff. But to say the least, with winter kind of closing out and leaving, the better seasons will come, and I'm sure illness will probably be a little less likely to occur to me personally, just because usually when winter hits, I get sick a lot. It's just how it is. I'm somebody that doesn't have a great immune system by itself. My antibodies don't exactly do what they're designed to do all the time, and they don't stop every illness from, happening. But when it comes down to it, it's usually pretty good the other 9 months of the year, so I can't be too mad when it comes down to it. But overall, hopefully getting back into work here pretty soon, get some more money flowing, build up the bank account. You guys know how financials go, but by itself, lots of great plans for the future. Look forward to hopefully advancing some stuff on the YouTube side of things as well as my personal life. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I've been doing. Not a whole lot of changes or alterations really in the real life perspective, but hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of Recap. I'll see you guys next week for the exact same video, but when it comes down to it, until tomorrow, guys, have a great rest of the day.